I remember being on my knees and desperately crying out to God one night for help. And I heard him clearly speak to me and say, just sow a small seed of faith and begin to be obedient to the things that I'm calling you to, and I will bring your family back to me. I'm Maria Little, and I'm the Passyunk location pastor here at the Block Church. I'm a single mom of two incredible daughters, and about 10 years ago, we went through a really difficult season of pain. Things happened that were unexpected. I ended up going through a divorce. And because of the pain of that season and things that we experienced, my girls ended up on a path that was never meant for them.
After my parents' divorce, I turned to a life that was only hurting myself and other people. Every day, I just felt this empty feeling inside of me, and I looked to everyone and everything to fill it, and it was just impossible to fill. I never thought that I would turn to Christianity. I just didn't think that that life could ever be me, considering where I was at.
When my parents got divorced, I really held a lot of pain inside of me. During their separation and their divorce, my grandmother was battling cancer. A few years after they got divorced, she passed away, and I feel like that's when I really felt broken inside. I held a lot of that pain inside rather than letting it out and talking about it. I would kind of just forget about it and act like nothing happened and just move on with life. That really sent me into a depression. I cut off my friends, I cut off my feelings, I became very closed off. All I wanted to do was just stay home and lay in bed.
I prayed for 7 years to see my girls heal and come back to Christ. And there were times and situations that made that seem almost impossible. And there were people here at the Block that were faithful to come alongside me and to pray with me in faith, believing that these things would happen.
A couple years ago, I hit rock bottom, but I knew that my mom was always praying for me, always in my corner, always inviting me to church. And I saw the faith that she had and the transformation that was taking place in her life. And I looked at her situation and I looked at mine, and I decided I'm gonna go to church with her and just give this a try. But God really, really met me there. I felt him speaking to me. I felt him healing parts of me that I didn't think could ever be touched. And that's when I knew I was going to surrender my life to God.
It was so powerful to see God keep his promise to me and to see Marissa come back to her faith. But our prayers weren't done. So we began to fast and pray together to see Nikki come back to Christ.
I had just moved to Philly when my mom told me that she knew someone at the Block Church, and I was so excited to join and get connected. I immediately met some amazing women who walked through my journey and healing process with me. And throughout that journey, I realized my love for kids and youth in this city. I joined TBSL and I learned so much about ministry. I eventually became the Block Kids coordinator for Port Richmond, but my heart was still stirring so deeply for my family. And I joined alongside of my mom, and I prayed for 2 years with her to see my sister come back to Christ.
In 2019, I attended a Center City service to support my mom preaching that night. After that, I just felt really good when I left. I felt something I've never felt before. I came to the 5-year anniversary at the Fillmore, and that was like no other experience. Being in a room with all those people, feeling God move, I wanted to feel like that every weekend. I decided that I wanted to move into the city so I could be a part of the church more and more involved in community. Me and my sister have such a strong relationship now. We live together. My roommates hold me accountable. They keep me going every day. My relationship with my mom and my sister is the best that it's been in years. I joined the production team at our Passyunk location. I lead the needs bank for the Block Cares. I've been stepping way out of my comfort zone, feeling my feelings again. I feel so happy now, and I feel like that peace that I was missing inside of me is finally back. I give all my credit to God, and I'm so thankful to have Jesus in my life again.
God has been so good and so faithful to answer my prayers. Marissa is back, and Nikki is back. I prayed a desperate prayer, simply of God, don't let my story end here. But now we get to do healthy life and ministry together, and we fast and pray regularly for those in our family that still need to know Jesus, because I believe that through faith and prayer, anything is possible. And I'm so grateful that God never gave up on my prayers, that He was faithful to answer them, because this is what I've prayed for. I'm Maria, and this is my block, His story.